Hey, my name is Taylor Belle, and I'm a singer-songwriter from New York City.
Are you enjoying the performances? Can you make some noise? All right. My name is Taylor Belle. I'm going to do a little song for you guys.
I'm making a lot of music that's more on the trap and upbeat side, but all of my songs have a very R&B influence to them, so my last project was more pop R&B, and I really like to have that R&B influence behind all my songs. Some of my top influences would probably be Kalani. I absolutely love her. Janae Aiko, HER. A lot of people have said that I sound like Halsey or I have a similar style to her, and I do really admire her songwriting. So I am influenced by Halsey. I also have a ton of male artists that I love, so Frank Ocean is probably my number one. Daniel Caesar, Kanye. I kind of have like a very eclectic music taste, so I don't like to stick to one genre, but those would be my top influences. Thoughts on the new Kanye album? The first few times I listened to it, or the first time I listened to it, I wasn't that sure, but now that I've listened to it a few more times, I really love it. I always loved All Mine. All Mine was my top song that I enjoyed. I was actually listening to it this morning and was thinking about how much I love the song for his daughter. I think that one's so great. The first track is really amazing. I think it's interesting to listen to the way that he speaks and kind of how he gives you a scope into his mind and how he's feeling. I think that's something kind of rare to just have an artist talk so honestly, so I really enjoyed that one. I don't think I'm quite there, being honest. I think that I have a little more ways to go before my music is as open and honest as his last project, but I think my song Another World is definitely the closest I've gotten to that, because a lot of my songs are based around love and relationships and lust and things like that. But Another World is about my depression that I've dealt with growing up and kind of hard times that I've dealt with and how I got through them, so I think that's probably my most honest song to date. Heartbreak is one of the easiest things to write about. Everything sad, I think sad is probably the strongest emotion. I think my main objective when I make music is just to make things that other people will relate to, and also just things that help me feel better about a situation I'm in or help me express what I'm feeling, because personally, music is the most honest way that I have to express myself, and it's how I've always gotten through anything I've dealt with in life, positive or negative. And it was a lot of negative growing up, and music was always what got me through that. So yeah, I mean, it's really just to have something that people can feel, and like when they hear it, it feels like they could be speaking those words, or it's something that they've experienced. Growing up, I just didn't have a lot of family support. When I was around 8 years old, my mom started taking prescription drugs, which led to other drugs. So basically my entire childhood, my mom had very strong drug addiction issues. So then I lived with my grandparents for a while, which had its ups and downs, but also it was just a very negative and toxic environment. So then I moved in with my dad after that, and that kind of came with its own set of obstacles. I was working 7 days a week in high school, had no furniture, and just went through a lot of really traumatizing things as a child that were hard to unsee and hard to kind of work through. And I think that the only thing that ever made me feel like it was worth going through or made me want to keep pushing through was the thought of where I was going to go with my music when I was older, and that one day I could use those experiences to help other people. Right now, I'm doing okay with my family. I've worked through everything that I've gone through in my life a lot, but I do have very strained relationships with a lot of my family, especially my mom, but she did recently go to rehab, so her and I are always kind of talking on and off. But my relationship with my dad is pretty good. He believes in my music and he helps me. So yeah, I am very independent though. I think really like my friendships that I have and like people that I've chosen to be close to, and my little sister are like the relationships that really matter to me. I think definitely for my 20s it's going to be very self-focused. I have a lot of life to live and I have a lot of things that I want to do, so I really just want to put all of my heart and time into my music and my own self-growth. Definitely gonna hear bangers. I like people to turn up when I perform. I always like to perform my more upbeat songs the most, so there's definitely some fun songs in there that you can move to, and like there's a lot of attitude in my songs, so a lot of times the girls are like, hell yeah, like I try and make anthems, you know, like sometimes people really be messing with you. So I like to make anthems for those people, so a lot of the girls especially love the songs that I perform. But when I do get into the songs that were off my first EP and Another World, those are definitely a more intimate experience, and I like to explain where those songs came from, kind of like I have today. There's definitely a ton that I want to get done in the future. I want to try and tour as soon as I can. My next single is Fucked Up, so Fucked Up is going to be coming out really soon. I'm trying to make a really great release plan for that and just build up a team that believes in it so that we can get it out and have it heard by as many people as possible. I'm definitely going to have another project coming soon with more songs that are similar to Fucked Up and Don't Waste My Time, so everyone who loves those will have more to listen to. And yeah, hopefully some video content, some collaborations. There's a lot of stuff I want to work on. People that I want to collab with right now are people that are also coming up like me. I have a lot of friends that I want to work with. Along the way, there's so many people I'd want to work with. Daniel Caesar would be amazing. Kalani would be so dope. I love every collaboration that she does and just everything that she makes. As far as up-and-coming artists, just friends of mine. I have so many talented friends. My friend Jay is dope, Camp House Jay, and our producer Hype is amazing. My friend Zero I want to work with. Her name's Zero McKenzie. My friend Mia, we've met a few times at shows, and she's so dope. She's a rapper, and she's just so cool, has so much swag. I love her songs, so I really want to get in the studio with her soon. Aside from that, of course, I'd love to work with all the people I named earlier. I would absolutely love to work with Frank Ocean and Kanye. I'd really love to work with this artist Belle. He's really dope. Other people I listen to, yeah, I don't know. There's just so many artists that I'd want to collaborate with, and I think it's really cool to like even just write with other artists and kind of pick their mind a little bit, so those will be my top ones. In 5 years, I think I'm definitely going to be way further along with my music. Definitely charting songs, my own headlining tour, way more music videos. I want to have a lot more fans that I connect with on a really personal level, which I think touring will be really amazing for, because I'll get to meet people in person and just feel that energy. So yeah, I don't really want to put a limit on where I'm going to go. I just want to see where it takes me. I definitely love to travel all over, so to do that, to be performing would be even better. I definitely want to do a US tour. That would probably be the first step. But I've never really gone out of the country aside from going to the Bahamas. So definitely like a European tour. I just want to go all over. I want to spread my music as far as I can to as many people as I can. Coming up, I don't have too many things booked right now, but I am opening up for my friend Johnny on his first headlining tour that he's doing. He's going to be in Brooklyn on June 19th, so we're playing the Social Butterfly, and I'm so stoked for that. He's also an artist that I would love to collaborate with. He's so great. I've personally been to his studio sessions, and just seeing the way that he writes and hearing the product is amazing. Growing up my entire life, I loved reading books. And then, you know, when I was in high school and I worked, every time I got paid, I'd go and buy a few books at Barnes & Noble. But now I'm always working or doing music, so I rarely have time. But I actually just picked up this one. It's called Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs by Chuck Klosterman. And basically it's just a pop analysis. And he writes a ton of books on the industry and pop and all of that. And when I bought that book, there were quite a few of them by him. But growing up, my favorite cereal was Cocoa Puffs. And, you know, I just think sex and drugs is a cool concept. The whole music industry, you know, edgy vibe. But once I saw Cocoa Puffs, I was sold, because I was like, it's just calling out to me. This is how I'm supposed to decide, because otherwise, you know, I hadn't read any of them. I wouldn't know which would be best, so I went with that one. But as far as favorite books, I definitely love books on energy, spirituality. I love like self-help and growth books, so The Power and The Secret are all really good by Rhonda Burns. That's like my holy grail. Quote of the day, don't waste my time. Words to live by, check out the song if you haven't. But no, yeah, just if you're an artist that's working towards something and you want to be doing what I'm doing right now, I mean, I'm only on my way up, but if this is something that you aspire to do, definitely just do what you're passionate about. Even if you're not an artist, whatever you love, just do what you're passionate about. That's the message that I want to spread to everyone. And if you want to check out my music, you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, all of that. Social media is all The Taylor Belle, because Taylor Belle is taken, but you can search Taylor Belle and it will come up. And I hope you enjoy my interview. Dude, my studio on Long Island apparently was being watched by like the drug team on Long Island for a year.